guys, this is week 24 and this week we're talking about travel etiquette.
Travel etiquette. So what is travel etiquette? It's the research you should do before visiting a new country to learn a little bit more about that specific country.
Doing our research about travel etiquette is really important for us so that we're not ignorant in going to a new culture and a new community. So really having those basic facts. In this video, we'll talk about a couple things that are really important to consider when thinking of travel etiquette. And we're gonna do it specifically for Vietnam, which is the first country that we're going to in our 12 months of travel.
So the first thing is how to greet people properly. Simple things like saying hello, saying thank you, showing your gratitude.
Or even your body language.
Xin chào. Xin chào.
We need a little bit of practice.
Gam un. Gam un.
Gam un. What was gam un?
Xin gan un.
No, you're supposed to shake hands, remember? You don't go like that.
Okay.
So I'm a tourist.
Xin chào.
Xin chào.
The second important thing is to learn cultural norms. Simple things like, for example, in Vietnam, you're not meant to make any extended eye contact with individuals. So don't stare, don't look at someone for too long. It's a sign of disrespect.
It's also a sign of challenging them.
One interesting one for us is don't make any unsolicited physical contact. So no gentle touching to say hello or thank you or anything like that. It's, I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really bad because I always like to touch people, especially friends and family. But even a pat on the back is disrespectful in Vietnamese culture.
They typically don't suggest that you hold hands when walking if you're in a couple, or any public displays of affection either.
Other examples are that meals are shared, and when you're passing things to someone else, you would actually pass it with two hands as opposed to just one.
The other thing that we found out in Vietnam is that tips are accepted. However, in other countries, they may not be accepted and it could be a sign of disrespect.
The third piece of travel etiquette is respectful dress. In Vietnam, we did our research and found out that you have to take off any hats.
Whenever you're approaching the elderly, it's just a sign of respect. And anytime you enter a new home or a temple, you definitely have to take your shoes off, which is common here in Canada as well, so not much of a change there.
Also making sure that your shoulders are covered and your knees are covered. So I'll need to reconsider my packing list.
You don't. The fourth piece of travel etiquette is to learn basic information from the country you're visiting, so you're not completely ignorant. Simple things like what the currency is, what the exchange is, the capital city, what their history is like. Were they in a lot of wars? Do they have a lot of persecution? What's the religious nature? Is there a lot of Buddhists? Is there a lot of Muslims? Is there a lot of Christians? The more information you know, you'll have a better understanding of how to approach people, how to be respectful to others. For Vietnam, the currency is in dong, and the capital city is Ho Chi Minh City, which is where we're going to be flying into. But we also know that prior to that, the city used to be called Saigon whenever the Vietnam War was going on. However, they changed it because they were trying to separate that part of their history to a new part. It's almost like a new beginning. Predominantly the country is Buddhist, but they do have other aspects of religion as well, like Muslim and a few other ones that I probably can't pronounce properly.
Understanding the environment or the weather is also important. So knowing, are we gonna have to wear layers? Bug spray, is it gonna be super hot and super humid?
Yeah, sun exposure. Is it typhoon season? Is it dry season? Is it wet season? It'll dictate what kind of travel packing you'll actually need for that country.
And also what we'll be doing.
Last but not least is probably one of the most important ones for travel etiquette, but it's more so along of just protecting yourself, is understanding common scams in the country you're visiting. So doing your research, finding out if there's a lot of pickpocketers, what kind of setups of scams are there, because in high touristy areas like capital cities like Ho Chi Minh, there's always going to be locals and other people trying to scam you for your money.
This isn't for us to live in fear or to be cynical about being, super cautious and safety and secure.
It's a level of awareness, right?
It's
Understanding what kind of environment you're entering, so you know how to prepare and how to react if something were to come your way.
Yeah. It's knowing what to expect.
Knowing what to expect. In Vietnam, we learned one of the common scams is taxis. So if you don't have a white or green taxi cab, then chances are they may not be a regulated taxi and you may be susceptible to some sort of scam. So simple information like that is helpful, especially when you first arrive and you need to get a taxi to your hotel or hostel or couch surfer.
Knowing to ask for them to turn the meter on is also key, so that you're not being transported for an unlimited amount of time and amount.
Yeah, it
but
keeps
actually,
you covered.
Yeah, having the meter is important.
If you purchase something in a market or or at a restaurant and you're paying cash, you want to check your change because sometimes they won't give you the exact change and you'll need to call them out on it. Otherwise, that's another mini scam which you'll lose out on and it'll add up over time.
We're not anticipating to run into a lot of these issues, but again, it's just a way to be aware.
That level of awareness will make our trip more enjoyable and it'll just give it that little bit of edge so that we can avoid those potential hazards. Thanks for watching our travel etiquette video. We'll see you in the next one.
Gamun.
Zin, gamun.
130.